These tourists from Hamburg never imagined Frankfurt would have so much atmosphere. The local apple wine is delicious, and they're proud that Frankfurt could now replace London as the financial capital of the European Union.
It could have been Berlin or Hamburg too, but the money's in Frankfurt.
It has nothing to do with the size of the population, but with competence and knowledge. I don't think Frankfurt has any reason to be modest.
This is a record-setting location.
A marketing film aims to persuade everyone who still has doubts. The marketing association Frankfurt Main Finance has been a hub of activity since the Brexit referendum. Its goal is to promote Frankfurt as the alternative to London. The British had barely cast their Brexit votes when the association launched a ready-prepared website, providing information on the various tax rates in Frankfurt, how high rents are, and where to find English-language schools. Frankfurt is hoping to use this website to attract top personnel from the City of London, the financial district.
Frankfurt has great infrastructure, with the airport and Europe's biggest internet exchange point. 75% of the banks here are international, and 40% of the people come from other countries. It's a cosmopolitan city.
But does Frankfurt really stand a chance? The city has less than 1 million residents. 70,000 people work in Frankfurt's financial sector. In London, it's 700,000. One thing that could attract foreign banks is the European Central Bank, located here. Frankfurt is right in the middle of Europe, and following the Brexit, banks would still have unhindered access to the European single market from here. But Frankfurt isn't terribly sexy, and bankers have reservations, according to the representative of foreign banks. Should Frankfurt offer companies tax incentives, like Paris does?
More important is whether people feel welcome and that their voice is heard. It makes a difference if foreigners are told that German is the official language and that no one will talk to them in any other language, or if people are willing to speak English as well.
It's predicted that 10,000 bankers may move to Frankfurt. And they'll need offices and apartments, a boost for the real estate market, where prices have already been rising for years. But a Frankfurt real estate agent says he and his colleagues aren't in a gold rush fever. Perhaps they'll sell a few more high-end apartments, but he doesn't expect a real boom.
I've built up my contacts with London banks directly to get a feeling for the mood there. But some banks think Germany isn't the top location at all anymore. They're talking about labor law, which is stricter and less liberal in Germany. There are other locations in Poland and India where labor is cheaper and regulations on working conditions are more lax.
No matter how many banks move here, the Frankfurt Stock Exchange can already chalk up a score. It's to merge with the London Stock Exchange to increase its global power. The Germans want the combined exchange to move its headquarters from London to Frankfurt. But Brexit might not be a windfall for Frankfurt, says this broker. He's been facing more complicated business deals, greater risk, and insecure clients.
People wanted to regard the EU as something stable, but it isn't anymore. Brexit was the worst conceivable thing that could have happened, and it has made the whole world uncertain and worried about how things will continue with the EU. The European Union could break apart entirely. No one knows.
But one thing won't change: the apple wine in Frankfurt's taverns. There's something to be said for the simple pleasures of life.